Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. Sorry for a little bit of a break. I went out of town and had a great time somewhere a little bit warmer than the frozen tundra of Minneapolis. I hope you all have had a great start to your day. I have created a new board. So today we're going to do a reading for those of you that are in a long distance relationship and see what hidden energies we might be able to uncover for you. Let's call in spirit with some wind chime time. All right, and let's see. If it's your first time watching, thanks for joining, and if you've already seen a few videos of mine, welcome back. As always, I appreciate any likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. If you haven't seen my videos yet, you may not know that when I have a card flip over like that but not fall all the way out, I view that as hidden energy. And we're starting off today with the Eight of Wands as the hidden energy. So this could speak to somebody who maybe they're typing up a text message and deleting it before they send it, or you're about to get a text message or a phone call even that you weren't expecting. We did have the Five of Wands fall out. The Five of Wands is going to be speaking to things like gossip or maybe even a little bit of like manipulation. Just, not a lot of harmony within a group or a community. Oh, that was a lot. All right, so let's see. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Magician coming out together. So these were the only two that were flipped over, which is Spirit's way of saying these are the most important. So if we combine that with the Five of Wands, to me that's saying we've got maybe a little bit of immature behavior here or shit talking, but we've also got some news coming in. So let's see what else we've got that comes out for you. I like to use the Tattoo Tarot to identify the energies in the reading. So we quite often will see a divine, well, not necessarily a divine, but a masculine energy and a feminine energy, and then we can pick from there to see, with the remainder of the reading, what else comes out to clarify those energies. So as a hidden energy, we have the Empress flipping over. So it could be that the masculine energy in this pairing was not fully aware that the feminine he was dealing with was as Empress as she is, or as amazing as she is, and that might be something that they're realizing now. So we also just had the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Cups flip over but not fall out, which to me is saying there was probably a little bit of either fear of commitment or maybe distraction by others, maybe an unwillingness to delete an app like Tinder, that kind of thing. All right, and then we have the Page of Swords coming out. So while the Knight of Wands can be kind of a flighty energy, not very solid in terms of an offer that they might make with regards to love, the Page of Swords is going to speak to kind of like basically information coming in. So we have a sense of direction coming through because of, I believe, this information that's going to come in. Let's get some more information, though, on who that other energy is. The Magician and the Knight of Wands, I mean, honestly, they could go either way. The Moon flipped over, which to me is about secrets, so there's definitely secrets here. The Magician can be a little bit more of a masculine vibe for me, and the Knight of Wands generally is more of a masculine vibe for me, but we've got a female depicted in the card for the Knight of Wands. So it could be that this initial energy is actually maybe a female who carries a bit of masculine energy as well. Remember that everyone carries both feminine and masculine energies, so you can come out as either the king or the queen of whatever suit. It doesn't matter what your gender is, or if you're non-binary. So we just have the Tower fall out. So this is going to speak to a moment or an event that really pushes someone or a group of people even to make a decision, make a change. Possibly something that you knew you should have changed that you did not. Universe likes to sometimes just force that upon you. And then we've got the Eight of Cups, so walking away. Sitting next to the Tower, that definitely seems to speak to an ending of sorts. It could also be a break. Sometimes that's what Eight of Cups is. So we'll retire the Tattoo Tarot now that we've got the energies. So we've got the Magician, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Wands on the left side. And then on the right side, we've got the Page of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Cups. So, you know, to be honest, I think I'm going to leverage the next deck here to kind of clarify these energies for us. But what I do feel very strongly is that we've got somebody who's been a little manipulative and a little secretive, and I do believe it's the Magician here. And then we've also got somebody who maybe wised up to that, got some, maybe like a friend said, hey, I saw your dude at a club or whatever, and they wised up and they walked away. Tell me more about this Magician, please, Spirit. I do really enjoy the artistry on the Magician card here. I think in general we're used to seeing some entire body or, you know, person representing the Magician, but here it's just represented by a hand. And I think that's particularly meaningful for me because I know, you know, the Magician can be good or bad, but the meaning that doesn't ever really change, that this is a person that knows how to make things happen. That might be through things like gossip or lying, but they know how to get things done. They know how to make things seem the way that they want them to. It doesn't always have to be dishonest, but the fact that it's just a hand, I think, kind of speaks to one of my favorite quotes from Jurassic Park that I'll probably totally mess up. But just the idea that, you know, the scientists were so focused on figuring out if they could, they didn't stop to ask if they should. That kind of thing. Sometimes we can get a little bit too wrapped up in what we're trying to accomplish that we lose sight of the bigger picture and the idea that what's not meant for us should not be held onto, because what is meant for us often is around the corner once we release what isn't meant for us. So the Page of Wands flipped over but did not fall out. An interesting pairing for the Knight of Wands. The Page of Wands can generally speak to good news coming in. I'm getting a little bit of a sex vibe from it though, because he's like looking at that wand like, yeah. All right, tell me more about this Magician, please, Spirit. Wow, we've got a lot of hidden energies here today. Ooh, juggling. So Two of Pentacles can quite literally mean balancing your finances. In this kind of situation, I think it's going to be more likely that this is somebody who was speaking to multiple people in a romantic or flirty way at once. All right, and we've got the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords coming out together. So if we've got these two coming out together, to me that says there was some sort of truth that came out, and that led to someone taking a timeout. This is my adult timeout card, right? So this is when you take some solitude, take some time to yourself to really kind of think about what's gone on, hopefully do some inner work and become a better person. But it looks like this Magician, whatever they were doing, they got caught. Six of Cups in reverse. So to me, this is saying there were some bad memories. There was some bad blood here. Maybe it was a little bit too easy to argue, or one or both of you were a little bit too quick to accuse the other of being disloyal. What about this Page of Swords? All right. What a great card. So hopefully this is you. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So this Page of Swords energy might have been coming through, or might have been seen as a little bit immature or easy to take advantage of. But this Nine of Pentacles tells me that whoever you are actually quite equipped on your own. Maybe you don't tell everyone what you observe or what you know. In fact, I'd be willing to bet on it. But you have what you need. You are self-sufficient. You are independent. You don't need anybody. And that makes it a lot harder for somebody to gaslight you. All right, so we've got the Two of Cups in reverse, which to me says that you rejected the partnership. And then you also have Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So when this is in the reverse, that to me says either there was an offer that was rejected, and you know, Pentacles don't have to speak to love. That can actually be a job offer or something like that. But it also, for me, is a big card regarding stability. So if the Two of Cups is in reverse and we've got somebody who knows that they're independent, to me this is saying this was an offer that was rejected, or instability was discovered and not tolerated, hence the Eight of Cups. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords, please. I want to know what truth was discovered. So for hidden energy, yes, there's more. We've got Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Star. I don't know if I can handle holding up all of these. Okay. I have really small hands, you guys. It's not my fault. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Star. So to me, this is saying somebody was too slow, because the Knight of Pentacles is known for slow, for being slow. Not like, you know, in a rude way, just you take too long. Maybe you took too long planning to make an apology or an offer of love. So your wish fulfillment over here ended up rejecting you. So why would that be hidden energy? To me, I think that would be, for example, I had an ex who would say things like, you know, I've chosen you, when he was still talking to other chicks. So you might try to represent yourself as fully committed or fully dedicated to someone when in all actuality you haven't made up your mind. Is this the person that you want to be with, or do you want to be committed to this person? So that might have been something that was not readily apparent, especially if this is a long distance situation. It's harder to pick up on those things. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. When we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, that can mean a couple of different things. That can mean this is somebody who was, you know, the negative aspected King of Pentacles, i.e. materialistic, willing to do anything for money, a sellout, whatever you want to call it. Or it could actually mean that this is somebody who has lost their Ten of Pentacles. Maybe they were doing well, or they had a great job and they lost it, or they lost a lot of money somehow. Either way, if this is clarification for our Ace of Swords, it to me says it's more than likely that it was discovered that this King of Pentacles was not loyal and was maybe, you know, flirting with a sugar mama, or even just all right, so do you guys remember when the Seven of Cups was a hidden energy with my tattoo tarot? Here it is again. This time it actually fell out. but it's in the reverse. So I think this might have been a dual-edged sword in terms of one recognizing this is my person and the other one recognizing this person is not taking me seriously. Because if the Seven of Cups is in reverse, this is somebody who's basically feeling as though there's only one person for me. There's only one person I'm willing to give my cup to. What else about this Ace of Swords, please, Spirit? One more card. Queen of Swords. So this is one of my favorite cards, and not necessarily in this deck, much more so in the Egyptian tarot, but it can, sometimes be negative in terms of representing a female that is not open to love or to other people, really. But for me, this is more about a woman who has her boundaries and knows how to call it quits when those boundaries are not being respected. If this is a clarifier on the Ace of Swords and you've got a female who is literally holding that sword, to me, that's saying there's two options. So some of you may be in column A and some of you may be in column B. Column A being this Queen of Swords or Page of Swords, very likely an air sign, was the revealer of truth, basically saying, look, I tried, I can't do this anymore, I don't trust you. Or this Queen of Swords has the sword now because somebody gave her the information or the insight that she needed. Maybe she didn't have access to it because of the distance or because of the dishonesty. Either way, this sword, it could have been about the options that this reverse King of Pentacles had. This Queen of Swords then put together some boundaries or strengthened them, reinforced them, maybe even ghosted or cut off this King of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords. Alright, so we've got the Hierophant and the Ten of Wands in reverse. It was a heavy burden to try to make this work. And this Queen of Swords had a more conventional view of how a relationship should look, even if it is long distance, and the masculine did not align with that. This came out sideways. So to me, the Nine of Swords here is saying this Queen of Swords had some sleepless nights. If that's you, you've been through it. You've had some difficult moments where you didn't know if you did the right thing or if people were judging you, whatever it was. It's sideways, which to me denotes motion towards in the reverse, and we're moving past that. Cool. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which can speak to mastering something. So if I was just talking about how we're pushing through the pain, I think this card is saying, yes, you are almost there. You're almost through, the worst of it, really. So that was the Rider-Waite, by the way. I don't know if you've, actually, no, you probably haven't seen me use this yet. So I finally got one of the more classic iterations of the tarot, and I'm quite pleased to have it added to my collection. We'll do some clarification now with the Everyday Tarot, one of my favorite to clarify with because it's a smaller deck. Let's see. I want to know more about this Five of Wands, please. So we have the Justice card coming out here. Looks like we need this one too. Thought so. All right, so we have Justice and Hierophant. So if this is clarifying our Five of Wands, there was an injustice that someone pretended they were too good to have done. But whenever the Justice card comes out, that means that there was an injustice that is about to be righted. So whatever wrong happened, maybe people didn't believe you, or maybe people, I don't know, just gossiped is the main thing that comes out for me. Then we've got the King of Swords in reverse here. King of Swords in reverse is obviously a negatively aspected King of Swords. That's going to be somebody who uses their intellect to manipulate others. Again, speaking back to that Magician card that came out first. If we've got the King of Swords in reverse here, there's going to be a level of anger here or defensiveness. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So Ace of Swords is my truth card. It can often mean yes to me or just a validation. When it's in the reverse, that's really amusing to me because first of all, we've got a ton of sword energy out here right now. I literally just drew the Justice card, which has a sword in her hand, the King of Swords, sword in his hand, reversed. And basically, that's telling me that this King of Swords is absolutely being dishonest. The Empress just came out. So whatever this situation did, it helped you mature. If you're the Empress or you identify with the Page of Swords here, this helped you solidify your understanding of your own worth and your willingness to back up or be firm about your own boundaries because you know what you deserve and what you don't deserve. And you get rewarded by the universe when you do that kind of thing. When you cut somebody off who has shown they don't respect you, you are rewarded and see blessings from the universe as a result. And now we've got Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. It's almost as if you figured out that you don't need to chase anything. That if it's for you, it will find you. It will not evade you. You don't have to hunt it down. So if you're waiting for your ships to come in, it's like, you know what? I know I can attract what I want. And then we've got the Emperor in reverse. I just heard, I don't need a man. So very much so that Knight of Pentacles energy that we had at the beginning. You can be an Empress without having an Emperor. I think a lot of people try to say that you move into, Ten of Cups or Empress or upgrade when you have everything, including true love. But I think there are plenty of examples of women who have demonstrated that they are blessed, but they don't have that true love yet, because you can be happy without that. That's what I have for you. It looks like maybe this long distance situation isn't necessarily working out. However, Three of Wands, Empress, you've got blessings coming in regardless because you handled the situation well. So good work. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.